There's no one here.
And no sign of Hypnage's lair either. Not here, then where?
Let's look about. Keep our eyes open.
Jason, look! That fruit!
Not any fruit I've seen before.
Great. We came all this way for an odd-looking apple. Think it's got the blood of Hermes inside? Perhaps he copulated with the tree.
This is a caduceus tree. See the roots? They resemble the entwined snakes of Hermes' staff. I've never seen it bear fruit before. The centaurs say it blooms when Hermes has been near. It is also said that whomever eats of the fruit can see through the eyes of Hermes himself.
A sound idea. Eat some strange fruit no one's ever seen before. I can't imagine what could go wrong.
It's clear Hermes has led us to this fruit. I trust this is what he wants me to do. Atalanta. Achilles.
Don't worry about them. They're fine. You'll catch up to them in a moment.
Hermes? The fruit. I feel...
Sorry about the taste. Was aiming for a sort of pomegranate. Came out more like the sole of a sandal. Oh well.
I saw Alcime.
You saw lost spirits, your wife among them. Unlike the others, she is under my protection. For now.
What does this mean, Hermes? What is happening to her?
As a lost spirit, she will wander for eternity, slowly losing all memory of who she was in this world. Only you, who are most intimate with her, can perform the last rites to put her spirit to rest. Should you die during your quest to find the Golden Fleece,
then Alcime would be lost forever.
I know what you seek here, but the time is not yet right for the one who carries my blood to be revealed.
What would you have me do?
The Nasiros are a good people. You must end their suffering.
By slaying Hypnage?
There's another evil on Saria far greater than that. One you must uncover and destroy.
How?
The fruit has given you new eyes, ones that can peer into the spirit world itself. Go and find the lost spirits that roam this island, and give to them last rites. Talk to them. The dead hold the key, Jason. In their dwindling minds, you'll find the answers that you seek.
Easy there, Jason. I have a feeling that fruit's coming right back up.
I spoke with Hermes. We have more work to do.
What must we do?
We must speak with the spirits of the dead. The fruit I ate allows me to see them. There's something going on here. Something more than just hypnosis.
What do you mean?
A greater evil. Hermes says the dead will tell us more.
You're going to speak to ghosts? Why does this not surprise me?
Spirit, do you see it?
No, I don't see anything.
Only I ate the fruit. Only I can see them then.
The jungle isn't safe. Not safe for anyone.
Hermes sent me to help you find rest, Spirit.
Run, my child. Run to safety.
What danger do you face? What threatens your child?
If this be my fate, let it not be hers. My love. My baby.
How did you meet your end, Spirit?
We thought the cliffs were safe. That there was no danger there. Lysander, protect our daughter.
Lysander?
What? That's my father's name.
And your mother's?
It was Pelagia.
Your parents were the assassin and the oracle.
What? What are you talking about?
My wife was murdered because of a prophecy given to her father by the oracle Pelagia. For that she was marked for death by the Black Tongues. But the assassin sent to kill her instead fell in love. That assassin's name was Lysander. Together they fled and disappeared from history.
They came to Saria to hide.
Your parents could have many insights to share. Both about the evils on Saria and about the Black Tongues. We must do as Hermes asked. Go to her final resting place and give her last rites.
Atalanta, can you read this Herm?
Kepa et oyeye waka. Te wapaze lecheacte. Lechie omakunka. Call to the messenger. He will show you the bridge across the great ravine.
Run, daughter! Run as fast as you can!
Hypnage's tracks. Can you see them?
Where? I see nothing.
Strange. This must be Hermes' site.
satyrs.
The satyrs are suspicious by nature. The Black Tongues must have been here some time to earn their trust.
There's no flesh, killers and brutes. Make my skin crawl!
What quarrel have you with the centaurs?
Damn beasts. Destroyed my village. My wife, dead. Children, butchered! Brutal, cruel and malformed. But Gallus had his revenge, didn't he? No matter, yes, we regrouped. Came home and drunk on hollow wine. Sweet slaughter. Sweet vengeance.
Why come to Saria? The centaurs here are peaceful. They didn't do this to you.
Horse people thought they could flee, slip out to sea. A pack of seahorses. I saw them, yes, and I followed them. Justice is not so easily escaped.
Where's your body, Callus?
Trophy of the half-breeds? Left to rot. A race without honor. Slit my throat in the night, ending my last rites. Balance still in my favor, though. Ha! Poor Nisiris. Only one callus. Only wish I could cleanse Greece of more of their ilk. Chop their arms off and make a saddle. Put a bit in the mouth. Ride one back to Arcadia.
Jason, what was your wife like?
Strong. Beautiful. Smart. Kind. She could fight. From where she comes from, everyone can fight.
I would like to meet her.
You will.
fought the sailors in a great battle. For 3 days we fought. Every centaur who could hold a spear. Here, Jason. This is my mother's final resting place.
How do you know?
I just do. It's strange. I've been by this place 1,000 times. But after you spoke with my mother's spirit, it's as if I can sense her. I know she's here, Jason. Please, speak the rites.
As you say. Let the gods be witness to these last rites. Hear me, swift-heeled Hermes. Mark now the life song of Pelagia, wife of Lysander, and oracle of Apollo. Let this woman's virtue be a beacon for us who still live.
Pelagia was the embodiment of sacrifice. A caring wife and mother who thought only of others. Knowing that her love would be killed for sparing her, she gave up her sacred calling to flee with him. May we all show such sacrifice in the names of those we hold dear. Pelagia, wife of Lysander, find now your eternal place. Find now the fate you deserve. You are released from this mortal tether. May unyielding Hades have mercy on your spirit.
Where am I? Who are you?
Pelagia, I am Jason. There's someone you should meet.
You're my...
Atalanta. My beautiful Atalanta.
Mother!
You always had your father's eyes. Tell me, are you well, child?
Yes, Mother.
My Atalanta, please listen. It is difficult for me to see clearly. Your father's spirit still binds me here, and you must help him. Go and release him, so that together we may at last find peace.
Mother, I will find him. I promise.
My beautiful Atalanta.
Careful out there. May Hermes protect you.
So, girl, what do you know about that handsome devil up there?
He was a coward. A murderer. I shouldn't say more. Be careful broaching that subject with others. It's a sensitive matter.
You made it back. That's a relief. How can I help you?
Croesus, what are your thoughts on that body that hangs in the village?
Well, I'll only say this. Not everyone supports the law that allows Agrios to keep that body there. I know Agrios is within his rights, but there are other centaurs who lost loved ones to that bastard. I'd say he delivered what justice was his to give. Now, he denies the gods the judgment that is their due.
That's a sore subject, Jason. Don't press it.
Did you know Lycus before arriving on Saria?
Oh, we've been friends over a century now. Our tribes were briefly allied during the 1,000 Years' War.
Are your warriors that inept?
Our legend says the war began when two centaurs arrived at a river ford at the same time. Both insisted the other cross first, but neither would agree, not wanting to be beholden to the other. They ended up killing each other, and their tribes went to war after that.
The 1,000 years of strife over such a trivial matter. A shame.
You'll find few to argue with you here. That's why most of us wanted to find a better way of life.
I noticed Lycus has a lame front leg. Do you know how that happened?
Tell the tale, Croesus.
Back on Arcadia, Lycus had gathered most of his followers at the port of Oressa, from where we were to set sail. However, he learned of a small band of supporters from one of the remote tribes that hadn't yet arrived. Now, Lycus had made many enemies, those who viewed him as a troublemaker, a tribe splitter. One night, a horde of raiders under the command of an angry Aleph attacked our camp.
That was when Lycus was wounded. The healer says his leg would have mended had he rested after the battle.
That's right, Atalanta. But your father knew another attack would soon come. So he ordered us all to set sail while he raced off on that busted leg to find those stragglers. And he did find them, and he got them out of Arcadia, but he'll never run again because of it.
Croesus.
Well, I'll only say this. Not everyone I know Agrios is within his rights. I'd say he delivered what justice was his to give. Now, he denies the gods the judgment that is their due.
Good day, Croesus.
Find what you were looking for out there?
Not yet, Gorgidos. Gorgidos, what are your thoughts about that body hanging in the village?
Complicated. Hard to make a joke about that. I know Agrios is within his rights, but there are other centaurs who lost loved ones to that bastard. Every new day, they step outside and they're greeted by a killer. Hard to move on.
I'm in the mood for a little humor. Any new jests to tell?
Of course. Now, you look like a smart one. Tell me, which side of a manticore has the most quills? Why, the outside, of course!
Let's hear another.
So, there's a manticore and a satyr out in the woods when both hear nature's call. Manticore turns to the satyr and says, "You have a problem with dung sticking to your fur?" Satyr says, "No." So the manticore picks him up and wipes himself with the satyr.
Good day, Gorgodos.
Lycus says you're Ola, so you're welcome to stay. I am Agrios.
That man who hangs in your village. Tell me, what was his crime?
That is no man. That is a piece of offal, no longer fit to feed the crows. If you claim him as one of your kind, know this. He murdered 4 of my people. Now his remains serve as a warning. Take the life of an Isiros, and your spirit will be bound here forever.
Was his name Callus?
I believe that rotting husk was once called by that name.
I must give that man last rites.
Never! The spirit of that black heart will stay on Saria until the end of time.
You bring shame unto Hermes, the god your tribe professes to worship. Hermes is the spirit guide, and you keep him from his duty. On his sacred island, no less.
You think you can convince me that I offend the god of spirits? I save him the trouble. No! There is no greater punishment among the Nisiros. That rotting thing has been utterly erased, as if it had never been.
You had the right to kill Callus. That was justice. But now you overstep your bounds. Callus's misguided vengeance brought him here, but your own keeps him here.
You speak of justice. Tell me, did his victims get justice? Save your pity for something worthy. That thing stays where it is. What is it now?
About Callus.
You will never give last rites to that thing up there. Never! The spirit of that black heart will stay on Saria until the end of time.
You bring shame unto Hermes, the god your tribe professes to worship. Hermes is the spirit guide, and you keep him from his duty. On his sacred island, no less.
You think you can convince me that I offend the god of spirits? I save him the trouble. No! There is no greater punishment among the Nisiros. That rotting thing has been utterly erased, as if it had never been.
Hermes is displeased. By leaving Callus here, you've defiled his island.
Let Hermes think of Hermes. I will think of Nesiros. That thing stays where it is.
If you would truly erase him, then erase the scars he left behind. Release him, bury his body from sight and mind. Let the loved ones of his victims heal. You know that's the right thing.
The suffering he caused can never be forgotten. As long as we suffer, so shall he. What is it now?
About Callus.
You will never give last rites to that thing up there. Never! The spirit of that black heart will stay on Saria until the end of time.
You bring shame unto Hermes, the god your tribe professes to worship. Hermes is the spirit guide, and you keep him from his duty. On his sacred island, no less.
You think you can convince me that I offend the god of spirits? I save him the trouble. No! There is no greater punishment among the Nesiros. That rotting thing has been utterly erased, as if it had never been.
Hermes is displeased. By leaving Callus here, you've defiled his island.
Let Hermes think of Hermes. I will think of Nesiros. That thing stays where it is.
If not for Hermes, then think of the Nesiro spirits that roam this island. You subject those lost spirits to an eternity with Callus.
More have died than I care to count. Do it.
What?
Cut him down. Do whatever you want with his wretched body. I would not wish his presence on my worst enemy, let alone the spirits of those I love.
Let the gods be witness to these last rites. Hear me, stout-hearted Ares. Here is Callus, warrior of Arcadia. Let this man's vice be a lesson to us who still live. Callus was a misguided avenger, whose warped righteousness caused more suffering than was his due. May we all take heed to keep our vengeance righteous and within the limits of justice. Callus of Arcadia, find now your eternal place. Find now the fate you deserve. You are released from this mortal tether. May unyielding Hades have mercy on your spirit.
So, you managed to wrest my body from those bastards spawned, whores and horses.
They're called centaurs, Callus. Remember that on your trip to Hades.
What is that horse lover doing with you? What have you done?
I did the will of Hermes.
Just what do you mean by that?
I freed your spirit. You've been given last rites. Prepare for the underworld.
What have I to fear from Hades?
You'll find out soon enough.
You've murdered innocents, Callus.
I avenged my family!
Whose truth will Hades see? May you receive the fate you deserve.
Curse on you, horse mother. On all of you!
Atlanta, can you read this Herm?
Of course. Lei, Hizele Nisiros. Here arrived the Nisiros. Ohaka Oto Weawape Lechie Lenotunka, after many months across the Great Sea. Ni Tuweya at Oyeye Waka. We were guided by the messenger. Asaria Niteka Wiki. To Saria, a new home. Bisa made this Herm.
Be alert should you leave the village. The satyrs have grown more bold of late.
So, you've done your good deed for the day. Take this mace. It belonged to Callus.
You kept it?
We Nisiros believe that every weapon is alive in its own way. Weapons used for evil live a life of suffering. As a bronze weaver, I tried to heal that mace, cleanse its suffering. Perhaps you can do more.
That is a rare honor, Jason. By law, that mace belonged to Agrios. He worked hard to make something good from it. Bear it with pride.
Agrios used to be loud and happy. Perhaps we'll see that Agrios return now.
Now Callus will face the judgment of Hades, but unlike my son, I pity him for that.
I heard what you did with Callus's body. I, for one, say good riddance to it. And remember, Atalanta, we need leth caps, as many as you can find.
What are these leth caps? And why do the satyrs harvest them?
The leth caps are a type of mushroom that we found here on Saria when we arrived. When ingested in small quantities, they numb pain and aid in the healing process. The satyrs eat them as part of their primitive rituals.
We also suspect they force them on their captives to make them docile before they're sacrificed. With the satyrs in control of the jungle, they're devouring all the leth caps.
You have many wounded to tend to, Pantaleon.
What, this? Today is a good day, traveler. You should have seen us after the battle on the bloody plains. The whole village was an infirmary that day.
What took place on the bloody plains?
A great battle. Every centaur who could hold a spear took part. We fought the satyrs for 3 days straight. In the end, we drove them off, but we lost many of our own. Lately, the satyrs are venturing further from the jungle. That bodes ill for this village.
Who wounded these centaurs?
This lot ran into a pack of satyrs while they were gathering food in the jungle, just past the bloody plains. Our stores of herbs and food are critically low. If we forage, we are killed. If we don't, we starve.
Thank you for your time, Pantaleon.
Atalanta, go get Panta some more leth caps. I ate them all. Ito me po kitaka.
Ichipe, Pantaleon. How many caps did you give him?
3. He got his skull bashed by a satyr sling.
3? He'll be flying for days. We'd best leave him be. Given the state he's in, there's no telling what he'll say.
Lycus upheld the law, but I could tell he disapproved of what Agrios had done.
You've returned. Is it done?